So I'd like to say a really big hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Justine and this is my very first voiceover. And I'm not gonna lie, it is definitely not my first attempt. It's definitely a lot harder than it looks or sounds, I should say. So bear with me, I'm going to make it as painless as possible. So this is an entry in my journal. It's not an everyday journal. It is, I guess, a Hobonichi style, but it's definitely not something I journal every day, and I just don't have that much that's interesting every day. I mean, there's only so many times you can write about doing a school run, really. So here I'm doing an entry on my daughter starting swimming, and I really love kawaii style little characters. So this is Malang. He's a little kawaii bunny, and I am obsessed with him. And so I really love drawing him. So, and when I saw this one with him with a little swimming tire on, I just went, that's gonna go in this entry. So I'm not an artist by any means, but I do like to draw and I can look at things and copy them. So that's what I've done here, and I've just penciled him in first. I am a little bit of a perfectionist, so, and he's a funny shape. You got to get the shape right. So once again, he looks easier than he is actually to draw. So and I've just gone on over him on the outside with a pigment ink, water-based, water-resistant pen, which is by Artline Drawing System. And now I'm just giving him a little bit of colour with some watercolour pencils. These ones are actually by Jasart. They're I wanted to try watercolour pencils before I went out and spent a lot of money on Prisma ink, watercolour pencils and things like that. So these ones are a little bit of just a low end set that you get them here in Australia from Officeworks, and I think they've worked really well for me. I've been really happy with them actually. So if I look to reinvest down the track in another set, I will probably get Prisma just to get something a little bit better quality, a little bit more pigmented. But at this point, these are working well for me, and I do quite like doing this technique as well, where you just touch the water pen to the tip of the pencil and put the colour on that way. You can control a little bit more of how much colour you want, but I think I do actually go in and dab this off with a baby wipe, and yeah, here we go, and draw it on for something a little bit more precise. But there's a couple of little techniques in there that you can do. And the watercolour pen I'm using is one by Pentel, and once again, just get it from your local art supply store. Works well for me. So it's definitely a lazy person's way to do watercolour, because you don't have to worry about filling up bowls with water and finding brushes and things like that. So I should say too, the book that I'm using it's actually called an MD Notebook. It is by Midori, and it's got the Tomo River paper in it, which is the really popular paper that the Hobonichi has in it, and I understand why. It takes watercolour really well. You get very minimal buckling. You don't have to gesso the page, which I'm happy to not gesso the page. For something like this, I don't want to be worried about having to do that, and because clearly I'm a bit lazy. So it takes it really well. It's so soft and creamy. It's like a baby's bottom. When you touch it, it's really, really soft, and it's really quite thin. So the fact that it is that good at taking water and colour and that is a little bit surprising to me. So that's why it's so popular. But anyway, I'll put a link down the bottom. I told you I ramble. I'll put a link down the bottom of what it is and where I got it from and everything. So, and this is my lame attempt. Look at this lame attempt to do water splashes. Oh, that's actually a little bit embarrassing. Oh, I think I scrubbed these out. Yeah. Move on, Justine. That's just not happening. So yeah, I tend to do, this is what I tend to do. If I want to draw something, I will put the drawing down first. Then I will do my journaling and then add some embellishments and go from there. Oh, Felicity Jane. I cannot tell you enough how much I love Felicity Jane. If you have not met or introduced yourself to Felicity Jane, go onto her website. Not now. You're not allowed to leave me now. But have a look. She does a monthly kit as well. Yes, it's expensive because it's in America to come here in Australia, but to me it's actually worth the money because it's just not, it's not like everything else, and it's just the style is so gorgeous and her stamps are divine. They're a little bit different. They're easy to stamp with. They're crisp, they're perfect. I love them. Cannot rave enough about them, clearly. And I'm using Stays On ink, good old Stays On. I think everyone uses Stays On these days. And yeah, and so I'm just filling in the blanks a little bit here, putting a few dots in. I like to just add a little bit of texture. I think it just adds a little bit of something to the page. And I'm just using some Watercolour ink as well. As I said, I will definitely put everything down below. And this is pretty obvious here. I'm going to start doing my journaling and then add a few more embellishments. So I might stop here jibber jabbering on and let you watch for a bit. And if there's anything that I feel like I need to explain to you, I'll come back. So enjoy. little guy needs an introduction. I'd like to introduce you to my INSTAX printer. I honestly do not know how I survived without this little guy. It's probably one of the best things I've ever brought. It's perfect for this type of thing that I do with my journaling because it's the size of a credit card and they're really good quality, and you can just take pictures and print out pictures from your phone, and it's very convenient. I've put a little pamphlet here from my daughter's swimming centre and popped it in a vellum envelope, and now I'm just going to stick it to it and then actually washi tape it on to the page and do what they call a tip-in. So it's really, really handy. You still get to save room, so you still got your whole page to draw on and journal on and embellish your little heart out on, but you can still add a photo and a bit of fun to it as well. Or you can stick it straight on the stick it straight on the page as I have on the opposite page. So it's very versatile and you can do anything you want. So this is pretty much the page now. We're getting to the end, so I just want to say thank you very much. I'm sure I've said many words over and over and probably sighed, and I hope I haven't coughed or done anything gross. And thanks for enduring my first voiceover. Hopefully I'll get a bit better at it down the track. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. And take care and stay safe. Bye.